Right, sheep are shorn. I got to make another decision now. Do I or don't I? Weatherman says no rain till Sunday. I really want to believe him. What's it like in here? Still damp. There's no way I'm going to make hay out of this, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to get it dry enough for haylage. But maybe we'll have a higher dry matter silage. I got to bite the bullet sooner or later, and we need the ground for the cattle. I think it's time to go mowing. Biscuit! Hello Dave, it's Ian. Yeah, I'm going to put the mower on, hopefully have something fit for a Saturday afternoon. Lovely job. I'm only going to cut about 10-12 acres at the most. I'll see you then, thank you. Bye bye. That's the baler organised. Down to this chap now. Come on. There we go. I hope I don't regret this. So this will be the first cut grass this year. Thursday the 20th of June, longest day tomorrow. So let's hope the longest day is a good wilting day. So I've still got to set the mower up. I'll probably just do a strike down on the footpath for a minute just to see where we're set to, the heights. Make my adjustments on the top link. I've still got to set the one swing arm, but that won't take many seconds. You don't look too far away actually. But we'll go outside and take a look. I've got to leave the engine running simply because I want to be able to just make sure just on the swing arm, so engine's running on purpose. You stay there, Biscuit. You gonna let me go? No. So basically I'm just locking this arm. This arm can't lift up and down. Oh, bust me now. Right, well we'll try that, see how we get on. I thought that was my ducks over there, but it's not. I think it's some fungal fruiting bodies. First gear. This is the first time this field will have been cut for hay or haylage or silage for 20 years. I know I've mentioned it before, but for those of you who don't know, since buying the neighbouring golf course, we now have the opportunity to graze that and cut this. So I'll take it nice and gently for a minute around the head, and I'm also watching out, not so much here but maybe in the next piece. We got a couple of rodos around here, and we know for certain there's at least one calf has been seen in, I think Julie saw it in that field there, but he could be anywhere out here, so I don't think he'll be in here, but in these two bottom fields there's good chance that there's a baby roe. Right, I think I'm going to put you outside for 10 minutes. You can look at it from an angle that I can't normally look at. So I think on this corner, you're going out. Let's see how this works. It was getting hot out there, so I didn't want you lot getting sunburned. So mower's doing its typical thing, where this mower's fantastic for a nice flat level ground. As soon as you get a few lumps and bumps, it leaves balls, mains and ridges, which I hate because it's just not neat. We looked at changing the mower this year and it came that close, but you know what? It works, cuts grass. It's not as neat as I'd like, but bought and paid for. So nice to have nice new kit and be able to justify it, but this time I can't do it. So this is a oblongy sort of bit of field. It's one of those things where I could strike out up the middle. Excuse me. I could strike out up the middle and cut it in two halves, or I could carry on doing it in a square like I am. There's not actually an awful lot in it on this one. On some pieces it's definitely worth striking out. This depends how the mood takes me, I think. Sit down. I keep having to adjust the height because I'm having to adjust the nose and the pitch of the machine when we go down in a dip. What seems to happen is the nose goes down on the mower and I go over a dip and it kicks the heel up, so I'm having trouble making it follow the ground, and that's where I get tufts of grass. It just looks a bit amateurish. I have been doing this for over 30 years, so I don't think I'm an amateur. I don't like looking like an amateur, although sometimes I'm quite good at that as well. Hello, we've got a delivery. Oh, that's right, Mrs. P is home. So it's these things, these ridges, they're causing me the trouble. Cat won't mind, they'll soon tidy it up. No, I saw him first. So not really much to talk about in here, it's just a case of up and down, look where your front wheel is. Check your machine's working, listen for any noises, and basically look out for grass moving in an unusual way, which could indicate a leveret or something, or a hare. We haven't had a decent population of hares here for quite a while. I mean, when I first took on the farm there was always leverets in the mowing grass, and it was lovely to see them, apart from when you hit them. Oh, I hated that. So the only blessing of not having too many hares about at the moment is the chance of me hitting a leveret pretty slim. Obviously the downside to that is I don't see hares. But up until about a couple of weeks old, leverets just stay where they are. If you can't see them, you're just going to decapitate them, which is pretty nasty. Plenty of things I'll shoot, hares ain't one of them. So for those of you watching the videos of all us farmers busy out haymaking, and you're thinking, oh how exciting, driving a tractor around, what a lucky bloke. I thought that. Until it becomes a job, when you don't do it because you want to, you have to. And all of a sudden, your backside has got to spend hours and hours. So liken it to, I don't know, maybe a video game or something where you're going through the same 10-minute scene over and over and over again till you change your field, and then you have a different 10-minute scene over and over again, because the view is the same, the operation is the same. It's does it take some skill? Yeah, some. but I could teach someone to do this in 15-20 minutes. Maybe not to do all the setup and everything else, but to actually this bit, it's actually quite simple. It's a bit boring. He says, after spending the last week, 10 days champing at the bit to get at it. Getting at least 2 of these fields cut and baled. Alright, it's probably going to be silage rather than haylage, which is a shame, but if we carry on having this sort of wet, warm weather, this grass should recover 2 or 3 weeks and the cattle can come out here. So this is nice fresh grain then. They'll have fresh new growth. They'll be as loose as a goose. The cows that are milking and rearing calves, they ought to be knocking out plenty of fat and protein in the milk for the calves, so they'll do well on it. So if the cattle also spend 3 weeks here, 3 weeks out there, back again, they do quite a good job of manure in the field too. So the plan is to cut this one, which is the avenue, and the one behind me, which is the bottom avenue. Called avenue because before I was born, and before my father was born, there was an avenue of horse chestnut trees through the middle of this field. That's why it's called the avenue. My father can just about remember taking the last of the stumps out when he was a young fella. I've been tempted in the past to maybe replant that avenue. The downside with that is, looks lovely, it will ruin the view from my house. I think the avenue was probably planted all that time ago for the big house, Bradley Court over there, because their view down here, although there's actually one window facing this way, would have been quite nice. But if I ever did replant it, it wouldn't be chestnuts. Not our common horse chestnut anyway. So we're approaching halfway through this piece now. It's 3:15 in the afternoon. Day before the longest day. I don't know, I'm going to cut this, I'm going to cut the bottom avenue, and then I'm going to get my phone out and I'm going to look at the weather forecast, and I'm going to make a decision then, excuse me, whether I cut the other piece as well. I might cut the headland on the playground just to get the headland cut out of it, and silage that with a hope that later on in a couple of weeks maybe I can cut the rest of it along with pigeon mead, the little harrow paddock, and make haylage. I've just been and bought a load of solar up today, another three boxes of black, and what I'm thinking maybe is to use the black for the silage, then make a determination of how much haylage I think I got, and wrap the haylage in green. That way I've got a visual key as to what's in the bag. So we're currently doing 537 RPM at the PTO, 14 kilometers an hour, so what's that, 8 mile an hour ground speed. The mower's still not behaving itself properly. I don't know why he doesn't sit properly. I've tried every which way I can to set this thing up differently so he cuts right, So in one field you cut right, in the second field don't alter anything, cuts completely differently. I could use naughty words. But like I said, it's bought and paid for, isn't it? So So when you're mowing long grass like this, and there's wildlife in it, most of us will always start to do the headlands, and basically what happens is, as you're going round and round, like I'm doing here today, or even if you split out and go down in lines, the wildlife will inadvertently or inevitably end up in the last couple of stretches. So normally if we're going to see anything run out of here, it's in the last couple of runs of the field. I'm kind of hoping nothing does run out of here. So far my only victims have been a few mice, but not enough to keep the seagulls around. I think one of the other problems I might have with this operation of the mower's not very heavy. And when I bought this tractor, because I bought this one brand new, they gave me an option on the sister rams, and at the time I thought bigger was better, so I went with the 80mm rams, and I reckon I should have done with the 20s, simply because it takes a lot less time to push and pull a 20mm ram than it does an 80, as in you've got the same flow of oil but less volume of cylinder to fill. It's quicker, so I reckon it would have been faster. This tractor would be fine on a 3-furrow or 6-furrow reversible plough, something heavy, but all the lightweight grass cutting stuff I should have had 20mm on the sister rams. I didn't know at the time, I just thought bigger was better. So it's 15-16 degrees out there last time I looked, so it's just about warm enough. There's a bit of sun about, so I'm hoping the sugars come up in the grass. Plenty of wind, and the wind isn't cold, so it's a warm wind. So even though I've got no conditioner on this mower, I'm hoping it would be rather nice if I can wilt this well. So I'm gonna probably turn it a couple of times. For silage, you can only kick it about once. I'm going to try and wilt it a bit more. So I'll bash it the first time and bruise the grass as much as I can, because that helps wilt. Maybe a bit slower second time, just to get the air under it, fluff it up a bit. I don't know, we'll have to play it by ear a bit, see what happens. Might chuck it down in rain tonight or tomorrow, and I wish I hadn't done it at all. Right, so back in the cab with me. Well into the headland of the second piece now. I have decided I'm going to take the headland on the third as well. Today is now, well, it's approaching 4:30. So if I can get all this done by 6 o'clock, maybe it's up to 6:30, I'll be happy enough. Then tomorrow morning, as soon as the dew's off the grass, we'll come out and kick it about. Like I said, so the first time I kick it about, I'll be quite rough with it. I'll give it a bashing just to help Will. We're baling, fingers crossed, Saturday afternoon, baling and wrapping, and then I suppose we might fetch it straight in. We'll water it out in the ground a little bit, as long as the crows leave the bags alone. So at least now we can control the crows again if they're doing damage. And the new general license has come out. Well, temporary new general license. We'll see if that's confirmed next February. But crows can do quite a lot of damage to silage bags. Farmers could spend a small fortune getting the grub ready in 10 minutes. A lot of it's ruined. I reckon they think it's a giant rubbish bag or something. Might be some fish and chips in there.